Friday. Can you all see that? See the screen?
Yep.
Yep. I'm sure Chris will be able to as well. So, okay. So basically, just some key points with getting your business out there on social media. Just a few things that we've learned over the years, like quite a few different things that we've learned. Now, obviously, social media is basically, yeah, I will say it's the number one form of marketing a business in this day and age. There will be people out there that are going to disagree with me, but considering that in Australia alone, we've got like 25, 26 million people, and there's like mobile connections alone is like 32 million. So like there's more mobile connections than actual population. And the amount of like with the phone technology these days, everyone's got a mobile phone, everyone's got a smartphone, everyone's got internet access. So everyone accesses all on the internet. And through social media, it is actually more common to access websites and web links through social media platforms than it is to actually go through Google and search them up that way. So now, first and foremost, with getting your business out there, is basically your appearance, your whole appearance um, on social media, on your platforms. So we start off with the brand. Now, brand is extremely important because it tells the story about you. It explains who you are and what you do, all in your brand. Like it is probably the key to have, like, the most important first up thing that you need to have. And a brand isn't just as simple as a logo. Um, it's your coloring, your fonts, any graphics or images that you use in addition to your logo. Now, with logos, for example, you want a logo, really, you want a logo that's fairly simple and basic. You don't want a logo that's sort of just got so much detail in it that it actually detracts from what the logo is all about. Um, Now, our logo, which you see down the bottom there, is it's just quite a simple little logo. We chose not to have a graphic in it, but it depicts who we are. It depicts our brand name. Now, I've seen some logos in the past; they're just that much detail that you don't really know what it is. So, a logo, I think, is extremely important. And as I say, with your coloring, you want the coloring to depict you or your business or your brand. So and that way, when you do your posts on social media, you're using your brand colors. You don't have to use the same colors all the time. You mix them all up. But say your branding color is like your branding colors might be black, orange. Like, well, for example, our brand colors, the main ones are black, orange, red. Now, I've used sort of different colors in these slides because it's a little bit of a different aspect to the business. But our main ones are black, orange, red, and white. Now, if we started using purples and blues in our social media posts, it's just going to start looking pretty average, pretty jumbled up. So you sort of want to keep to your brand colors where you can, and it makes the whole appearance. People get to know that branding color and what have you. And also, as I said, it reflects who you are and who your brand and your business is. Um, okay, so now with your pages, the page appearance is the most important thing with everything to do with your social media. It's gonna how your page appears to someone is going to depict whether they stop and look at your page. Well, actually, like, your content will be the first, but once they get to your page, if your page doesn't appear very nice, if it is pretty average, pretty half-ass sort of thing, people aren't going to stay there. You want people to stay on your page, stay on your pages, and look through your content. They want to feel warm, like feel invited when they come and look on your pages. Now, the aspects of that is your content quality. Now, quite often you see a lot of, well, basically, your content quality starts with your cover photo on Facebook and your profile photo. I'll talk about Facebook because they're the ones that mainly have those. Like your Instagram only has like a profile photo, and same with TikTok. But when you get onto Facebook, as we all know, the main thing people will see is your cover photo, your cover image, and your profile photo. When you've got a cover photo that's got heaps of information in, and people can't read what that information is because it's cut off on one edge, or it's a blurry cover photo, straight away that doesn't look very appealing. It doesn't look, I'll use the way, it doesn't look very professional. So what you want to do is you want it all optimized right for the platform. When you come to your profile photo, if you're going to use a logo in your profile photo, for example, you want to make sure that the logo fits within the circle. And it's as best you can is center it to the circle. And that way it does look appealing. When you do back to with your cover image, when you do a cover image for your business, it's best to actually have any written information in your cover image set to the right-hand side of, like, from the center to the right-hand side, because when you look at a Facebook page on mobile, your profile picture, it covers up a lot of your cover photo. So if you've got vital information like phone number or your services, and they're sort of right across, you're going to miss out. People are going to miss out seeing what that actually is. So you're better off sort of having it to like across the top and down the right-hand side, and basically leave that left-hand corner alone with your cover. Don't put any information in there at all, because a lot of as I say, a lot of people are accessing social media on mobile phones. So now with your cover images, again, you want it to depict your business. So if your business is, say your business is like auto repairs, you don't want to have pictures of trees or the ocean as your cover image. You want to have something to depicts your business. If you've got your business name there, for example, that is perfect. Like have a picture of, as I said, if you're an auto repair business, picture of a car and your business name, things like that. Just keep it within your business parameters. Now, also, like, don't copy and paste images off the internet for these, because the more you color, when you copy and paste them, 9 times out of 10 they'll be grainy and blurry. So it just looks unprofessional. With the content itself, you want to keep it relevant to your business as much as you can. So again, like we'll pick on an auto repair business. If they've got content depicting horse racing, because we had the Melbourne Cup the other day, which neither here nor there for me, or pictures of boats on the water, things like that, it's not really relevant to the business. So you, with your business page, you keep all those other things for your personal pages. With your business pages, keep it in line with what your business is about. So as I said, it comes back to keeping people on your page. I think I'll come back to this if I don't have it further up. I can't remember what I actually put in my slides, sorry. And consistency with your posting, like with your content. So if you would put something up like this tomorrow and then not post for another couple of weeks, that's not consistent. Some people will tell you post every day. Some people will tell you post multiple times a day. And some will tell you post, 3 times a week, whatever. You need to work out how it works for you for a start. If you can post Monday to Friday, once a day, perfect. At least you're going to have consistency there. You don't have to be posting on the weekends if you don't want. It's neither here nor there. If you want to post 3 times a week, that's all well and good and fine, as long as you're consistent with your posting. Because you look on a business page and they've posted, put a post up, and then the last post was 2 months ago, and then the one before that was 6 months ago, and there's images of them passed out drunk in the gutter on a night out. It doesn't look real good for your business. You want to keep it professional looking as much as you can. Now, with the platforms, we all know that there's lots of different platforms. I've had people tell us in the past, because like before we started doing anything like this, we were doing some affiliate marketing online. We had people telling us, you've got to be on every platform, be present on every platform. No, there's no point being present on a platform where your niche or your target audience are not present. So if your target audience are not on YouTube or they're not on TikTok, no point being on there. But there's no harm in trying it out. If you're not sure where your target audience are going to be, try them all out. That's the best thing you can do, is just give them all a try, see what happens, see what sort of response you get. If you're not getting anything, if you're posting videos on TikTok and you're getting, 10, 20 views, plays, or whatever, each video, well, maybe that's not your target audience. But it also comes down to what sort of what your content topic's about too. So we do suggest try out all the platforms. If you're not sure, try them all out. That's the best thing. But you do not really need to be present on every single platform there is. Like we've tried it, and like we are pretty much now, like we are on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. We're not actually on YouTube, but in the past we tried TikTok in the past and it just didn't work for us. But this time around it's working better because it's a different aspect we're using and there's different content. So it's just all trial and error when it comes to that, as far as what platform to be on. Now each platform's got their own their own benefits, of course. If your business is very, like if you're doing a lot of videos for your business, Instagram, TikTok are perfect. Well, obviously YouTube's it's a video platform as well. If you're more doing written content and just still photos, like static images, Facebook and LinkedIn are perfect. Instagram is good for that too. YouTube and TikTok aren't really good, obviously. So just pick what your content's going to be about and who your audience is, and just try them out. There's no harm in trying, but yeah, you don't need to be present on every single one. Sorry, I just have to move this picture of you all because you're in the way. Now you can basically, with the content, you want to keep as I said before, content relevant to what your business is. Now the different types of content, some people don't really get. They think, oh, just putting up a picture all the time. No, well, like there's we all know that. Well, I shouldn't say we all know, but most of us know there's different types of content. So your static posts are just your still images, whether they're a photo, a graphic you've done up using platforms like Canva. Then you've got obviously your stories and reels, virtually the same. Videos, infographics are more for like your longer, like your story type format. Written content only. So you don't always have to have a picture or a graphic when you put up a post on like Facebook. You can just have a written one. Like Facebook's itself's got that you can have the different colored background. So if you just got a few sentences you want to write, you can just put that on different colored background. That actually does attract attention. And your longer form written copy, obviously blogs. Now, when you do your written copy though in any post, biggest thing you got to remember is keep it paragraphed and set out right. So don't have just one continuous written long copy, because you'll lose your reader, you'll lose your viewer. Space it out into paragraphs. Now we suggest sort of anywhere from 3 to 4, like basically 3 to 6 lines per paragraph, or 6 at maximum. If you can keep it, anywhere in that 3 to 6 range, it's good. Like if you've got if you can picture like 4 6 line paragraphs all pushed into one with no paragraphs, you're going to lose people, because the human brain is lazy. We don't like doing things that are too complicated. And when you look at something that's like long and not broken up, you're going to go, nah, not interested. Always keep a space between it too. So if you just picture in a novel, like when you're reading a book, it's always paragraphed and there's a space between the paragraphs. Just picture that when you do your written copy. So Yeah, with your any videos and reels, if you can actually have subtitles on them, perfect. Because more and more people watching any videos or reels these days are actually watching them on silent, like with no volume. So they're actually reading the subtitles. So if you can have subtitles on them, perfect. There's various different apps that you can use. There's I just don't think because my assistant actually uses most of them for like doing the subtitles on our videos and that. But like there's what's one CapCut. I can't think of the name of the other one. I'll get her to put that up in the chat actually. If you can hear me, Rochelle, if you can just whack up the name of the one that you use on the computer, that'd be good. If you can put it in the chat for them. But on your look, when it comes to any apps for editing on your phones, best thing I can suggest is trial and error because a lot of people will say use this one or use that one, but not everyone gels or resonates with a certain app. So just trial them out. Like I've tried out many different ones, and I don't like half the ones that were recommended to me. Any ones that I might use would be like InShot, CapCut. I've used that one, and like InShot. Probably the one. InShot was probably the main one I used when I was doing a lot of editing on the phone. So it's just a matter of figuring out what one actually you can use, like you understand more, and what is easier for you to use. So yeah, with your content, what works and what doesn't, it all comes down to trial and error. People are going to tell you you've got to, yeah, this is the only type of thing that works, or that only works. Comes back to what sort of content you've got, who your target audience is. So that comes down to a bit of trial and error there. But things like keeping your graphics optimized, like any photos, a good quality, high resolution. Um, and with mobile phones these days, we all know how good the camera quality is. So there's no reason why a photo you take with your phone is not going to be good enough to put on social media. It should be crystal clear with the good cameras. But making sure that things are optimized to the platform. So if you're posting straight from your phone onto Facebook or Instagram, they generally will fit in right. But if you want to crop it, edit it, keep them like for Facebook, Facebook and Instagram is pretty much keep it at one-on-one, like a square image. If you're going through your phone, if you're doing anything on an app on the computer, like a program on the computer, like Canva, for example, if you keep them at the Instagram post size, like 1080 by 1080, they'll fit it. That will actually go across Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, for example, with still images with static posts. So, um, and engagement. So if you have people comment on your posts, acknowledge them. Reply to their comment. You only have to reply. You don't have to give a big long story, but just acknowledge them. And that keeps them interested too. Like they're going to think, well, okay, well, these people are real, they're genuine, they're going to, they want to talk, they want to interact. Interaction is the best thing for your socials because it'll keep the algorithms going, it'll keep picking up the algorithms, boosting them. So whenever you can interact with them, even if it's like they put a comment on about, like something about your image, and all you have to do is just say, thank you, and a little emoji, thumbs up or something, and a reaction like the thumbs up or the heart emoji on Facebook or Instagram. You just acknowledgement will go a long way. Rightio. So with your organic marketing, um, now, well, actually, there's two types of marketing with social media. You've got your organic and paid. Not everybody can afford the paid, which is fine. I've dealt with people that just go, no, you've got to run ads. You've got to run ads. It's the only way to do it. I've been in the position where I can't afford to run ads. So Organic is good. It is a slower process, but it is more authentic. Now you're going to get with paid ads, people go, oh, I don't know how many times you've actually come across it, but where you see sponsored posts come up and you see people go, oh, why is this on my feed? Well, it's not you putting it on their feed, it's the social platforms pushing it out there. But people don't like it, they get annoyed with it. But organic is a lot better, as I said, because it's more authentic, it's more genuine. Now, different ways of the organic marketing. Now, most of the bigger areas have got a gazillion Facebook community groups. Like on the Gold Coast here, I've lost track of how many I'm actually in, and there is a lot of business ones. So with businesses, you get into the business Facebook groups, follow what their rules of posting whatever days or however many, if they say there's one day a week, some of the community groups will let you post like that aren't business focused, will let you post a business post one day a week. You got your other ones that are just business focused. You can post as many days as you want. Post into them. That will get you out there. People will start recognizing you. Now, I've had a few people say to me, "Oh, but I post in the community groups, but I don't seem to get anyone like respond to me or reach out to me." And one particular person that actually has kept like told me that story multiple times. That's how they actually came across me. So it does work, and I've actually picked up a few clients through there. And the more you post on community groups, like when I say, well, why I sort of say community groups, because they're free and it gets you out there. Um, if your services are more than just locally, if you're Australia wide, get on the community groups in different states. Just check their rules and regulations out first, though, because some of them don't like. For example, like joined a few groups recently. I think there was one in Perth, one in South Australia. They wouldn't let any of my content on because they were only for Perth businesses, but they didn't stipulate that in their rules. So I managed to get back into one because I pointed that out that they didn't actually have that in their rules. And yeah, old mate said, "Oh, that's right." He let me in. So um, now, one thing I like to do when I post in community groups, you'll see some that might have a business thread, like a business post thread. So you post in that thread only. What I do when I post in there, I go through and I actually interact. Like I just like every single other business that's posted in there. And I've actually had a lot of businesses start following me because of that. Because I'm interacting with their post in that business thread, they're actually following me. And I quite often get them like reciprocate at that. And that also helps boost the algorithms up and gets you out there. Um, Now, with Instagram, with organic side on Instagram, if you were to, like, if you haven't got a big following yourself, go into your followers and then check out their followers and just run through their followers and see if you only need to spend 15, 20 minutes or 15 minutes a day really doing this. If you go into your followers, just scroll through and any of them that resonate with you, um, just like or comment on a couple of their posts. You only have to do the last 3 posts or whatever. But one thing, just check that the posts aren't 6 months old, because if they're like 6-month-old posts, well, they're not active on there really. So if they're recent posts, just interact, just hit the like button on them, like the heart one on Instagram. Sorry, I'm just going to drop that. And the same with Facebook. Doing that on Facebook, you find businesses and just start following businesses. A lot of them will start following you back. If you're in a business that can offer a lot of value, service-based business, for example, like what we do, if you can create your own Facebook group, it's a good idea. I never really thought of it. I didn't really give much thought to it years ago. We've got our own Facebook group, which you guys are welcome to join as business owners. I've got no problem with that. We don't have any stipulations on it. I think we've got people in there that aren't business owners, but it's just a public group. So if you're interested, I will actually just send the link with when I send you all the recording, I'll actually send the link for the group too. So you're more than welcome to join it. But if you can join like if you in the position to, if you've got the services where you like the type of business where you can have a Facebook group, do that too. It's free. It's a free way of getting yourself out there as well. Now, organic marketing, people say, oh, it's a waste of time. It's not. It is measurable. You can measure how it does for you. As I said, it's a slower method, but it is still an effective method. So the best way to do that is just when you go to start implementing new strategies, just go in and you have a look at some of your analytics in your on your pages. Like you don't have as much option for measurable analytics with organic as you do with paid, but basically just check thing like the main thing you want to check is your growth, like what your current followers are, and just come back to it in a month's time, and you'll see if your efforts are increasing your following. If like if your content is increasing the following, if you find that your content is not getting any interaction and your following's not growing, maybe you might need to look at changing up your content style or your content. As I said, that comes back if you post content that's always relevant to your business, but also give factual stuff and valuable information. Don't just post a photo of what you do or a job that you've done. Throw in random factual information about your business, like what your services are or your products. Give value to your followers, and that will also help keep them there and keep them like coming back for more. Now, the paid marketing, as I said, not everyone can afford paid campaigns, which is fine. So you've got your continuous ad campaigns and boosting posts. Like we know you'll see the option to boost. Some people say don't boost; it's a waste of time. I beg to differ. I've got a client that I boost for her. I'll boost some of her posts randomly at times. Now, she's in the fitness industry and she's got a home based gym, and she's only wanting to target people in in the local area, like in the town she's in and the two surrounding towns. So boosting a post randomly has actually worked. It's brought people in. She's actually had people come back. She's increased her clientele. She's filled classes just from boosting and boosting randomly and posting. Like I'll post into Facebook community groups for her. It's a lower budget. It's like she's on a lower budget, so we do it that way, and it has been effective for her. So it isn't a very is a very effective method. Running a continuous campaign, where some people actually fall down is they'll turn the ad on and off. They don't want it to run through the night because they think it's a waste of money. So they turn it off and turn it back on in the morning. Or they'll turn it off on the weekend and like turn it off on a Friday night and turn it back on a Sunday night or something. That is the worst thing you could do, because if you're constantly turning it on and off, it's just going to keep going back in the learning phase. Once you start an ad campaign, you leave it running. Don't put an end date on your ad campaign. On a boost post, yes, because you're only doing it for a short period of time. But if you're going to run an ad campaign, don't put an end date on it. Now you've got like if you can put an end date on it, it's not going to likely get out there very much, because like for Facebook, for example, they won't push it out there. If they think that it's going to run continuously for months, they'll start pushing it out there. With paid ad campaigns, like paid marketing, you've got a greater control of targeting. So you can define more than what you can with organic. So organic, you can't really define who you want to reach, who you want to target, like the type of people you want to see your what your content go to. With paid campaigns, paid marketing, you can do all that. You can define it down like age, gender, region, what they eat for breakfast, what sort of cars they drive. You can just define it down, right down, and do it that way with the paid campaigns. But as I said, not everyone can afford that. So you've got much greater reach too with paid marketing. You can go globally if you want, because you can define where you want it to go. And of course, it's measurable. You've got a lot more measurable options with paid campaigns. So, but like I know other people in this sort of like the marketing industry will push their clients towards paid campaigns. I never have, because you don't want to put, I never want to put people in a worse predicament. So you do what you can. That's why I like talk about organic marketing as well, because I have found it effective. So, but most of all, with the whole lot, when any posting that is just be yourself, be authentic, because people can spot fake a mile away. So be genuine, be authentic, and you're going to have better results. Like if you're, I don't know how many times you've seen people, like especially young people, and no offense to you, Ben, I'm not targeting you, but you see young people all dressed up in really flash clothing, leaning against a Ferrari or a Lamborghini as if it's theirs. Like, well, honestly, there might be some people in the world like that, but how many people really? It's not a lot. People like to put that persona across that they're wealthy and they're rich and they've got their own Ferrari and all that. People can spot fake a mile away. So just be genuine and authentic, and it's going to work a lot better for you. So, but also have fun. Make it fun. Like with posting, like different posts, like have interaction, like engagement posts. Ask people a random stupid question sort of thing. It's amazing how many people will interact with something ridiculous, like well, some people might think they're ridiculous, but others mightn't. But like just ask sort of random questions, like chocolate ice cream or vanilla ice cream, what's your favorite? The amount of people that will actually interact and respond to those sorts of things, it's amazing. So there's lots of different types of content you can put out there. And it's just a matter of testing the waters and seeing what works for you in that. So well, I'll just stop that.